All right, so working on something a little newer. Got a 2015 RAV4. Need to do a few things to it. My daughter's going to be driving it across the country, so I want it to be in tip-top shape for this year model. And she's going to a snowy environment. We decided she'd take the older one and leave hers here. So I got a few things. I got my list up here. All right, so I bought front struts, rear shocks. I got TPMS sensors, wipers, mats. I'm going to try to do the TPMS sensors myself. I have a tool for that, but just got to break one side of the bead on the tires, and hopefully I can get that in there. And then I got new mats coming for it since it's going to be in a snowy environment. Got some Amazonian mats that are similar to WeatherTech, so we'll see how that works out. Um, but we'll videotape this along the way and see how it goes, and um, see what we can do with the tools I have on hand. And then once I get the front struts on, then I got to go take it to get alignment, of course. But and then hopefully it'll be ready to roll. Good morning. Well, we're gonna get this Carmagia towed out of here, get this RAV down a little bit lower, and get started on these shocks. Hopefully the plan today is shocks, wheel sensors, and then we'll do the front struts. So we shall see. Let's get busy. Get the crap out of here that don't belong. I should have towed it out. Shit. Okay, now I'm out of breath pushing out the Carmagia that could have easily been hooked to the gator and pulled out. So now I just need to catch my breath because I'm about out of shape. Lower this lift a little bit. Make sure everything's out of the way. Alright, give me 1 second here. Alright. Here we go. Make sure everybody is locked in. Don't want this lift to follow me. Let's see here. There we go. I'm over here, stupid. There you go. Alright, everything's locked in. Alright, we gotta get the microphone in. Okay. I need to jack this guy up. Jack stands close. Alright. Keep that one out of the way. Alright, come here, you. Ah, there we go. One day I'll have me a bridge jack for this thing. Right now, just a 20-ton bottle jack. Well, I got the tires off the ground finally. Get a little higher. Lock that guy in. There we go. All right, I think we are locked in. But the only bad thing is, can't get to the pliers. Locked. Okay. All right. So let's get our 21 millimeter socket and our big DeWalt. Let's see. Need to get some looby dooby on the bracket. Okay. I see. Said the blind man. That way we can take that bracket that holds the shock off. Let me hit the other side. Be back in a minute. There we go. All right, so now we're going to use a 17 millimeter to take this bracket off. If I can get under there. And then we will support the arm. And I got too long of an extension. Of course. Be right back. Okay, there we go. All right. It still may be too long for what I'm doing. Story of my life. I don't know if that'll fit, but let's try before I get up and walk all the way across the shop again. All right, let me grab that shorter extension. It's a little cold out today. There we go. Try number 47. All right. And that one's really too long. That's crazy. Well, we have to get a breaker bar. Come on. If I can't get in there with this guy. Where's my little light? I feel you. Good Lord, magnet. There we go. Crazy. There's one. All right, that's the bracket. So I need this jack to be on the other side to support it. Oh, turn y'all's volume down so y'all ain't got to hear this thing. Tell you, this little jack has survived a lot. Come all the way from Alaska, where alright, she's got some tension on her, so that should take care of that. So I can get the last bolts here. There you. And the bolts over there. There we go. Alright. That's got the shock loose now. Now I gotta grab a couple 17mm wrenches for that. I'm probably gonna kill myself trying to do this, so give me 1 second. Alright. Well, I don't know if I got the oomph to get up in here to get these, or if I'm going to have to get some kind of breaker bar. Because there's no way to get a socket in there. And I got some jacked up shoulders. Well, it's starting to turn. My shoulder don't pop out of socket first. Either it's turning or my arms are breaking. There we go. Hey. So this thing was bouncing a lot in the back. And then the front is just bottoms out. It's got 160,000 miles on it. So, and that's not going to fit on that side, but it will fit on this side. Huh. There we go. I'll fast forward this. Come on, man. It's a tight little fit in there. There she goes. She's backing out now. Here's the nut. There we go. Okay. I'm slow. I allotted a whole day for this, but this is going pretty good. Yeah, we'll see how that compares to the new one. All right, let me get the new one out and then I'll get this broken apart. Well. There we go. All right, so ordered these from O'Reilly's. They were having a 20% off sale, so I was able to get the shocks and the struts with a good discount, better than my military. So let's see if they're about the same. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a little different. I can compress a little, but not like that one. So same length. So we're good there. Let's see, we need to bust this guy loose. There we go. Okay. All right, so we're going to loosely do that, so that way we can get this guy put back in there, and then we'll tighten them all down. Let's make sure we go the right way. That could be bad. May not ride quite right. Oh, come on, arm. Sorry for my head and my back in the way. Okay, easy do it. There we go. Perfect. I can get up in there with the net. Yeah, not the normal content, but you know, still working on stuff though. And first time I've ever done this before, so all right. All right, so that one is up in there. See if we can get our bracket on there. Oh, need to go higher. I have to let that guy down a little. No, not really. All right, let me borrow you. Oh, here. All right. Good gracious. And these are supposed to be torqued down to 59 foot-pounds, so we will do that. All right, don't like that. I'll be right back. Light, camera, action. One started. Ouch. Looks like two has started. Just did the rear brakes on this guy. I could use some rotors in the future, but it's fine for what it is. Okay. I think I can get the shorty on there. The cold case one here, yeah, maybe. There we go. All right. That's good. We will torque the bottom one. The top one ain't gonna be able to be torqued because it's gonna get a torque wrench in there, but we will tighten it as much as I can tighten it. And probably put a little blue Loctite on it. Wow. Hey, I ain't gonna say it because I will jinx myself and break something, break me, break the car. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. All right, let's see if we can get her torqued. All right. All right, that one's done. And my torque or my impact did the job. Awesome. So side one done. So I'm not taking the or not putting the wheel back on just yet, because I want to see if I can get the TPMS sensor in it myself, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I'm going to do the other side, and then we'll try to mess with the TPMS sensors. All right, so I got the rear two done. Now I just need to do the fronts for the TPMS. Hopefully this goes better, because of course I had to do one twice because it fell off inside. But this works pretty well. So hopefully this one will be easier than the ones they had on the front. On the rear ones had rubber. These are the same as the ones I bought, so we shall see. If all I need to do is one side, go from there. Nice. And this one's a little different than the other two I've taken out, so I screwed up one of them, so that's why I had to redo it. These are a lot easier than the rubber ones, though. As long as I don't drop it down in the tire like I did a while ago. Like that. Okay, gonna lose it. Oh. Come on, fingers, work. There we go. So let's see this one. That one's all integrated in there. Joy. So I may have to buy another one. Okay, let's see if I can get this in there without having to take it all the way apart like I did all the other ones. Perfect. Much easier than the other ones. Now I screwed up one valve stem, so I'm gonna have to see if I can order another one, because these definitely won't fit, and that thing was loose like that when I got it. So all right, all my tools, there we go. I need that guy. All right, move. All right, so that went much easier than if you got those rubber ones. You have to basically break beads on both sides. Let me go get my air hose. Let's see here. There we go. All right. At least I didn't tear the wheel up on this one. with it. All right, that one's done. All right. Okay, so got to remove these two bolts. I'm gonna remove this bolt, this little bolt here, and then there's 3 bolts right there we got to remove to get it out. I already got the driver's side done. Should have done videotape that because there's more room on that side. Big things, don't pull. Once you pull this, don't pull too hard or it pulls the axle out. So you have to be careful there. Yeah. So got that one in pretty cut and dry. Hopefully it will go for a front end alignment Monday, so that will be done. I'm gonna get my front tire put back on, so I'll have my TPMS sensors reset hopefully, and that light will go off on the dash, and then we'll check our list of things to do and see where we're at. Well, we got front struts done, rear shocks done, and TPMS sensors done. So now I still got to get it aligned. There's a few other things, the wipers, mats, spark plugs. I'm going to put that in before she hits the road. But I may not be moving tomorrow after getting all that done today, because that's just how Arthur works with this body. So anyway, y'all have a good night, and we'll be back later. All right, so we got the car washed, got spark plugs put in it, and I'm going to try to work on these. They're a little hazy. So I'm going to try to wet sand them and polish them and see if that will kind of help. I'm not sure if you can see that one's a little hazier there, just to help it out a little bit before they get worse. Got it taped off, going to use 1500 grit and then 2000 grit on it, and then polish them up after that. Hopefully they'll go well. Hopefully my hands can handle sanding. 2015 RAV4, getting it ready for a cross-country trip. So we got the headlights buffed and looking much better. Got the spark plugs changed, windshield wipers added on, cleaned it, ceramic coated it. Got some Amazon knockoff WeatherTech floor mats. Cleaned it the best I could in here. I got to add a Apple CarPlay dash thing just so she'll have that going across country. Here's the back mat. New rear shocks, front struts aligned, and as soon as the heat gets to that, it should lay down a lot better. Be better than the cloth one, especially for snow and ice in Denver. And hopefully this little car will make it home. And that one hopefully will lay down also once it gets a little heat in it. And that way hers 18 can stay here and stay a little newer. But it definitely drives better. So I'll videotape the Apple CarPlay thing once it gets here tomorrow, and then that should be the end of this video. And I know you guys are glad. Well, Amazon dropped the ball today, and the CarPlay I had ordered with the dash cam wasn't going to be in, and then Walmart dropped the ball and didn't have this one at one of our Walmarts, so I went to the other one and then went back to see if I could find one with a dash cam, and they've had this one at both Walmarts. Let me turn that down. So this is just a CarPlay, and it plays through the aux cord into the Toyota stereo. I ran the wires through the dash just to keep it clean, so hopefully that will be good enough for her to get through and drive all the way to Colorado. I don't have it hooked up to mine anymore, but it works pretty good, especially through the auxiliary, so she can do all the CarPlay player music through that and everything, and it's all comes through the speaker there. So let me see if I can hook it up real quick. So we've got CarPlay hooked up. It does pretty good. Sounds great through the speaker system, so that way she can control it with the steering wheel controls. If you guys like or even stay to the very end, I appreciate it. If you'll please hit that like button, subscribe, it's totally free. Gonna try to get back on the Carmagia. May have another VW here tomorrow, and a video will be coming on that. And that one's gonna be kind of the recipient of a lot of the Tina parts. Tina is so far gone, it'd be cheaper to do the route I'm probably going. But I'll have more on that soon, and hope you guys are doing well and have a great new year.